and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about all of my tattoos. I only have 5 at the moment. Yeah, we'll see if that changes, but yeah, I'm just going to talk about my tattoos with you guys. Please remember to like this video if you do enjoy it and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'll tell you guys a bit about why I decided to get a tattoo, my opinions on tattoos, the pricing, where I got them and that kind of thing as much as I can. So my first tattoo I actually got when I was in defence. Before that I had a few tattoo ideas that I really liked the idea of, and I'd had them in my phone for like a year or more. So they'd been on my mind, I had them all picked out and that kind of thing. Growing up, my parents were really against tattoos and I was like, it'll wreck your skin, they'll look bad when you're older, all of that. But then I had to think about it and I was like, when I'm old I'm going to be wrinkly and all that anyway, so why not do it if it's what I want to do type thing. So I got my first tattoo, as I said, when I was in the Defence Force. In the Defence Force a lot of people have tattoos, so it was kind of just the thing, I suppose. We were on our graduation night and we thought, why not? So before we went to our grad night, me and 2 of my really close friends that I made in Defence went to a tattoo parlour. When we got there, the tattoo in particular that I wanted was a Chinese symbol that actually represents courage, and it's this tattoo right here on my wrist, and yeah, I really like it, and it definitely carries a lot of meaning to me, just in terms of everything I choose to do in my life and having the courage to pursue it, whether or not it means I have to move to a different state or put myself in a situation that I'm not necessarily comfortable with. I definitely have been considered to be a shy person and someone who gets really anxious in situations, so for me to have the courage to do things in life and push myself out of my comfort zone no matter what is a really important thing for me, and I'm so grateful that I can and I do push myself outside my comfort zone. And so this tattoo I just have to remind me of all the times that I have pursued something that I've wanted in life and the payoff that I have gotten in return for doing that. So that was my first ever tattoo and I'm so happy with it and I'm so glad that I got it. It was a really special experience as well, getting it done at the same time as my friends. They didn't actually get the same one, but we all did get a tattoo, so that was really special and a memory I'll always have with those girls, so I love that. So this specific tattoo was actually $100. They have a base rate of $100 per hour, so since it was quite small, mine actually only cost $100, I think. It didn't cost me any more than that. I thought that was pretty reasonable, not too phased with that one, and it didn't really hurt at all. Like, obviously I felt it. I was doing like a nail thing on my other hand just to distract the pain, if anyone knows what I mean. But yeah, I just used that as a distractor just so I'm not thinking about it. None of my tattoos necessarily hurt that much, but I always do that and it just distracts me from what's going on. Also, I forgot to mention I actually got that one done in Queensland as well. I'm not actually sure what the place was called. I think it was in Amberley or Ipswich, one of those two, but it was somewhere around that area. It was a really nice place and the people were lovely, so it was a great experience. So my next 2 tattoos I actually got done at the same time, and these were done in Tasmania in a place called Burnie. The first one is coordinates, and these are actually the coordinates to where I've grown up my whole life. So as I've gotten older, I've put myself through boarding school, I've gone to Defence, and I've also moved interstate to do university, so as men I've had to leave my family in that process. It's really hard, I suppose, leaving your family and not being able to have them with you all the time. So this one actually holds a lot of meaning to me because it is where my family is and it's where I call home, where I've grown up, and I have most of my lifetime memories, so I have that with me. Also, my next tattoo is a rose. So I actually got this idea on Pinterest. I really just liked the rose. I thought it was a really cute style and I love flowers, so why not get a rose? One of my manifestations is that when I have my own house one day, I plan to have a massive garden so that I can have beautiful flowers every day to look at. So yeah, that's so corny, I know, but yeah, that's me. Yikes. I just think they're really cool, so I got that on my ribs. So this is my rose tattoo. That one I would say was my most painful tattoo. Obviously it's only like an outline, so it didn't take that long at all, but it honestly felt like a knife just dragging through my skin. None of the others I would describe in that way. The others just felt more like a sunburn kind of thing. I don't know, just a completely different type of pain, but this one was the worst. Not that it was that bad. My next tattoo is on my arm there, so it's this one here. It's a quote and it says, "Focus on the good." I got this tattoo at a time in my life where I was really struggling to see the good in anything that was going on at the time. I was really stressed out with uni and I had a few personal things that happened that were really making it hard for me to focus on the good. I was in a crisis. I was in a crisis and I was not coping well at all. I just felt like a downhill spiral. I actually say this quote like focus on the good and the good gets better, but I didn't want to put that big of a quote on my arm, so I just put the first half. I just like it to remind me to always focus on the good and be grateful for what I have in life. And yeah, never take anything for granted. And when you do focus on the good does get better. Honestly, I really truly believe that. And I feel like it also just applies to so many situations other than that particular situation in life. So I always have it there to remind me to focus on the good. And my last final tattoo is my butterfly tattoo, and I got that just before Christmas last year. So that is my butterfly tattoo. I forgot to mention the last one and this one I'm now talking about. I also got it at the same place that I got my coordinates and my rose. My butterfly one didn't really hurt. I had been told by other people that have tattoos there that it would hurt. I think they meant though more around this side, which I didn't get. I do kind of wish I did get this tattoo on the inside a little more, just around here, just because it is so bam in your face. And all my other tattoos are kind of hidden. Like with these ones, unless I move my hands in a certain way, you wouldn't actually realize that I have a tattoo. They're almost kind of like I move my arm like this and people are like, oh my gosh, you have a tattoo. So they're not so bam in your face, whereas this one is like, oh, you have a tattoo. This one I got just to represent all my growth and transformation. It just represents all the growth and things that I've overcome in my life to get to where I am today, and I'm really proud of that. So I just got that to represent that time in my life and all the growth that I had done, and to represent how proud of the person I've become and continuously growing into being. So getting my tattoos done in Tasmania was actually a blessing. It is so much cheaper than any of the other states I've been in. When I was living in WA, I got quoted for some of these tattoos, and I think I got quoted like $250 for this coordinates tattoo along my arm, and then I got quoted for it in Tasmania and I think it cost me like $100 with my rose tattoo, or maybe I got that one and the rose tattoo for like $150. It was something ridiculous that I was like, there's no way I'm getting my tattoo in WA, and I kind of just waited till I was coming on a holiday home and I got the tattoos done while I was home. Also, when I was in Melbourne, I got a similar quote for this focus on the good tattoo and the butterfly, and it was about $280 again, and I was like, I can't fathom that. Like, I know that is normal to a lot of people, but when I get them done in Tasmania so much cheaper, I was just like, nah, I can't do that. So I got quoted in Tasmania to get it done, and I think my quote cost me $70 and my butterfly cost me $100. All my tattoos have been reasonably well priced, and I'm so happy with the payoff and how they have turned out. I definitely love my tattoos. For someone that was so against tattoos, I feel like I've completely changed my mind and my outlook towards them, and I really just love how they represent a time in my life, and they're kind of like a timestamp of where I was in my life at the time. And so for that reason, I don't regret any of the tattoos I do have. I am a really kind of chill person as well though, and I'm always like, if I do have regrets about a tattoo, I could get it removed if I wanted to, but I really just don't see that happening at this point. There's also, I suppose, limited places that I would put any more tattoos if I did choose to get some more. At this stage, I'm just kind of, yeah, living my life and just seeing what happens, but I don't really have any plans at this stage to get any more. I've always kind of wanted a sleeve, but I always feel, it makes me too nervous. Like, I don't know, would it be too much? Let me know in the comments down below if you think it'd be too much if I got a sleeve. I think it'd look cool though, but I also just don't know if I could come up with that many things that I would want on my arm that actually represented something. So might just ponder on that one for a little while longer. Also, just in my career pathway, I just don't know if a sleeve would like suit the whole vibe. So yeah, we'll see about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and having a little insight into my tattoos and what they mean to me. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below, and see you next time, dolls. Love you, bye!
So tell me who's gonna love you like I do? Who's gonna touch you like I do?